Hi guys, this is the Jazz Patel and today we will learn software defined networking technology SDN. It's the upcoming networking technology, and in these slides we cover the two major components of SDN technology that work on SDN architectures. The first component is the open virtual switch and second one is the open flow controller. Here you can see the one link code.google.com/p/opensdn. Using this link you can download the open virtual switch and open flow controller, both VMware machines or both components code on following link. Okay, now we start SDN network technology. We understand first of all open virtual switch. What is the open virtual switch and why we use the open virtual switch? The open virtual switch that enable the platform it run on to become a part of the SDN that work on SDN architectures. In screen you can see suppose we have one Linux systems and we create the two VM machine. Both VM machine are connected with the one open virtual switch. These are totally work on SDN architectures like this. Number of open virtual switch are connected to each other and that manage with one network operating systems. Here we discuss what is the switching networking, how it works. The switch learn from the network traffic, they observe and decide independently. That means the number of hosts connected with the switching topology like this you can see on the screen. So each switch made a independent decision from mover traffic, from passer traffic. So every switch has made a one decisions. Because the switch is prepared with three major thinking components. First one is a protocol, second one is a software, and third one is a hardware. These three major components are closed thinking machines that's called the switch, and each switch made an independent decision to pass a traffic from source to destination. So that means every switch made a new decisions from pass a traffic from one source to destinations. So that's why it's very critical for use network. So finally we move on SDN. Here the SDN is the one major roles to play in switching technology. Software defined networking is the one architectures that here we use the open virtual switch, and each switch has the mainly switch has the two main components. One is the control plan and second one is the data plan. So every switch has the two main components, control plan and data plan. Both are available connected both are available in switch. Control plan make controls and data plan to pass data. So here you can see that it's the intelligence and states are logically centralized by using the software defined networking. A logically centralized controller that decide what is the best of the network based on the global view of network. So here you can see the topology, the three number of switches mesh topology to here you can see on the screen, and all these switches are connected with one single controller and with open flow protocols by using the open flow protocols, and these controller make a decision from move traffic one source to one destinations. These you can see on the screen the number of switch. These are connected with the one single network operating system, and each operating system has connected with number of APIs with applications. What is the open flow? Open flow is the protocols. So every switch are connected with the controller by using open flow protocols. Open flow that enable the network to involve by giving a remote control the power to modify the behavior of the network device through a well defined forward instruction set. The growing of the open flow ecosystems now include the router, switch, virtual switch, and access point. Now we discuss the OpenFlow implementations. So here you can see the number of software switches are available to here. Number of hardware switches are also available, and number of switch that support the ASIC technology which are also available. Here two switches JOVS, JOFC, which are the software switches, and hardware switches both are available with SDN support. Google also work on SDN. Now we discuss the software defined networking deployments. The software defined networking deployment on big data center that work on cloud based network like the Amazon, Facebook, Google, large enterprise networks, cellular networks, it means the telecommunications network, and research networks, where with these points where we deploy the SDN network. Now we discuss the open virtual switch. The open virtual switch is the virtual switch for hypervisor providing the network connectivity to virtual machine. Here the virtual host 1 and virtual host 2 both has a number of VMware machines which are connected with hardware switch, and both open vSwitch controlled by one single controller, and each switch connected with the OpenFlow protocol. Here the open virtual switch has main characteristics you can see on the screen. So here primarily use a virtual switch for VM. It's a multi-platform support that developed by the Nikaras and the communities. It's also the Apache license, user space, and GPL kernel that use the OpenFlow version 1.1. The open virtual switch. Okay. Now how does it work? The open virtual switch, it is maintain the flow table and that define what to do with each flow. So every virtual machines are connected with the open virtual switch, and open virtual switch are connected with the one physical Ethernet 0 interface where we go out of traffic. Each open virtual switch has connected the flow tables that made a decision to flow data. So every switch has the one data plan and one control plan. Data plan is mean the flow table, and control plan that connected with the controller by using the OpenFlow protocol. Here we are use the OpenFlow protocol version 1.1. The number of major features that support the open virtual switch. First of all, security. The VLAN isolations enforce VLAN membership of a VM without the knowledge of the groups. Second one is the tunneling, that also provide the tunneling like you can see on the screen. The third one is the visibility. You also monitoring the traffic, network traffic. You also manage the quality of service networks that support the HTTPS, HFSC. And now finally you can see on the screen the architecture of the Linux. There are the mainly three major components: the management, user space, and kernel. Here the packet processing path are you can see with a black dark black arrow, and management flow path are see with light gray arrow. Okay, so mainly here in architectures, SDN open virtual switch Linux architecture is mainly three components: management, user space, and kernel. Now we learn with details, and we also perform the practicals. Now thank you.